I started doing less tours and my friends started doing my tours. Then these people asked me, I'm going to Athens tomorrow. Do you know someone? I know someone. I had a guide friend. It's all networking. Then I flew to Athens, picked up the money in cash, came back to Istanbul. It was very sweet. Then, oh, what about Rome? Are we going to Rome tomorrow? At that point, I saw this is a business. I can do this. And I didn't want to be a guide anymore.
We're still in the GetYourGuide conference in Berlin, speaking to larger operators, but the theme of the day for us at Tourpreneur is growth and how do we get more of our smaller members to become larger members. And here we've got Arzu from Walks in Europe, who's operating in 10 cities or more cities, 6 countries, more cities.
Yes.
Been in tourism for a long time, and we're going to discuss how she went from where she started to where she is now, which is a scaled operator, and all of the pain points that had to be overcome to allow that journey to happen. Welcome. Can you give us an overview of your company, where you are, where you came from, and where you are now?
Of course. We were very small. We were the smallest. We only started with one person. That's me. I'm a tour guide. I worked in Turkey as a tour guide for 20 years. I'm from Istanbul. I just did walking tours in Istanbul. I made my own website. It's called walksinistanbul.com. People thought I was crazy. You are never going to find anyone, your website, they're going to book you, they're going to send you, but that's not going to happen. But of course, this is like year 2000 probably. Walks in Istanbul is one of the first entries into Viator from Istanbul. Again, people thought, oh, they're not going to pay you. But things happen. That's how we started. Walks in Europe grew so fast. I received crazy amounts of inquiries as emails. So in the day, I was a tour guide myself, came home and checked my emails and answered them until the morning. I worked 18 to 16 hours every day, including the guiding myself. Then we had multiple days and I started asking my friends, can you do this? Can you do that? And then slowly I started doing less tours and my friends started doing my tours. Then these people asked me, I'm going to Athens tomorrow. Do you know someone? So yeah, I know someone. I had a guide friend. It's all networking. You have to know lots of people. So I sent them to Athens. Then I flew to Athens, picked up the money in cash, came back to Istanbul. It was very sweet. No banks were involved. Then, oh, what about Rome? Are we going to Rome tomorrow? At that point, I saw this is a business. I can do this. And I didn't want to be a guide anymore. But I'm from Turkey, which is not in the EU. So I needed a company in the EU. I did a search. I couldn't find anything. As a Turkish passport holder, a big hurdle. You can't do it. I found Estonia.
Yeah.
A new country that's looking for online established companies. And travel is a regulated industry. So I had a travel company in the EU, based in Estonia, in 7 minutes. And it costs less than 100 euros. And I flew to Tallinn. I had all the company registered documents. And oh my God, what do I do now? Our account manager then, Konstantinos, one day called me on the phone. And he said, I'm calling from GetYourGuide. My name is Konstantinos. I live in Athens. I know you do these things in Istanbul. Shall we meet? Okay, what does GetYourGuide do? This is what we do, and we take 20% commission. Okay, you know, that's not bad. We can do it. That's how it started. And we really worked very hard personally with him to grow this. So you need all these contacts, people, and follow them on. Call them, write them an email, be there and meet them. But also deliver what you promise, because they won't talk to you again if you don't deliver. Our product was good. It's what people wanted. So we sat nicely in that place. Until then, including me, all the guides in the Mediterranean basin, we did longer tours. Like 7-8 hours in the day and multiple sites. It's exhausting for everyone.
Yeah.
Then we stopped. How about cutting these into smaller portions? We only do one site, one museum, 2 to 3 hours, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then if people want another one, they want another tour. So we get more revenue and we don't get as much tired as we would be. So this system works, right?
So some of the lessons that I'm getting out of that there, and we've discussed this on Tourpreneur many times, but I'm going to do it again because it's essential, is as an owner, operator, and many of our members are small, they're out there guiding all day, they're coming home just like you said, they're answering emails at night, WhatsApp messages, processing bookings to the early hours of the morning, then they're guiding the next day. If you want to scale a business, you've got to get yourself out of the guiding.
Definitely.
That's not to say you never ever have to guide again. You can do once a week, you can do once a month, you can do quality checks, you can launch a new tour and maybe you want to guide that one to get it started. But if you're going to grow your business, there is only 24 hours in the day. And even with all the technology, even with all the AI we have now, there's still only 24 hours in the day. And if you're dedicating 8 of those hours to guiding, there isn't enough hours left to grow a business.
And I think it's a waste of your valuable time because there is another person who can do it instead of you. It's the same for any kind of delegation. You have to delegate your guiding services to other guides, and instead of one of you, you can have 5.
Yeah.
And manage this business on your own.
Yeah.
And then you'll have other things to think. Are we delivering what we promised? Is our quality good? What other products can I deliver? Or what can we introduce? Who is the customer? What do they want?
There's a simple economic calculation. Whatever you pay a guide, whether it's €100 a trip or €200 a trip, whatever it is, you think you're saving that by guiding, but that makes you a really cheap owner of a business because your 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever it is much more valuable than whatever the guide fee is, because you can dedicate that time to business development, maximizing your listings and all your distribution partners, doing all your social media, reaching out for new partners, answering customer inquiries that are coming in that need answered straight away in today's world. So your time as an individual, as a human, is actually worth way more in euro dollar terms, not being guiding, than it is guiding.
And then it will change again. In my experience, I stopped guiding. We had a lot of guides. Things were happening. Second person I hired is someone who's going to talk on the phone with the customers. Because one of the pain points is people can't find a meeting spot. It's just not possible. They can't. So they call you. So I was there answering phones or writing to people for no-shows, or when people wanted to make a change, I can't come today, can I come tomorrow? The first person I hired was to sit down and do customer service.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of your time. Number one, it's draining because rarely someone calls you because they're very happy. Third, it's addictive.
Yeah.
You sit down and talk or reply to customer service until the morning.
Yep.
And that's not something you should do either.
One of the top 10 questions we get in Tourpreneur is, who should my first employee be? I've always been a fan of recruiting someone for the things that I'm not good at or the things I don't like doing. Because there's no point recruiting someone who's just like you.
But you may not. You may end up liking things that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, true. That is true, and you've got to balance that out. But every individual has strong points and weaknesses and strengths and weaknesses. You should really double down on your strengths and try backfill on your weaknesses by people who are much more skilled.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah,
So for customer service, for me, was not something I could take my nerves anymore. So I had to have someone do that. That's some of my second thing we invested. It wasn't an investment then. Was Fair Harbor, our connectivity partner. Because without them, without a connectivity partner, it's impossible to scale.
What were you doing previous to having a connectivity?
Excel, paper,
Spreadsheets?
Google Calendar.
Okay. Chaos.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, and not unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because there's a tool for it.
Yeah.
Then Fair Harbor was free. We are one of the first European customers. Then they were in Hawaii. It also helped us organize us. we understood we need to have a calendar, availability calendar. There has to be rules. When do we accept bookings? When is the cutoff time? What about our cancellation policy? What happens when people want a refund? We have to know these questions and answers to be able to set ourselves in for our...
So that the actual booking system proactively helped you organize the operations of your business.
Otherwise, you're lost.
Because, I mean, it basically made you ask the questions that you didn't really want to do because you didn't find the time to do. But to set up the system, you have to do it, which is a great thing for a small operator who's getting to that growth stage to be forced to do these things. Because we all know what it's like. You're busy, busy, busy. The thing you've got on your list to do keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed. But adopting a booking system actually made you do it.
Streamlined our business very much.
Yeah. And talk to me about partners. Like, we're here with one of your partners at the moment, GetYourGuide. I suspect you have more partners than GetYourGuide. How many partners you've got? What's your attitude to working with partners? How have they helped your business?
Yeah, I'm in favor of that. We work with GetYourGuide and Viator mainly. They're our biggest share. We work with smaller ones, Head Out, Tickets, the Tour Guide now. We work with Project Expedition.
Yep.
They're new.
Yep. They've been around for a while. They're new to you.
New to us,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think it's interesting because they work with travel agents, not with the...
It's a different model from a normal OTA.
Which is good.
Yeah, interesting.
We have agreements with different travel associations. There's one, Avoya Travel. There's Fora Travel. They have travel agents. American tourism is very interesting. And I think that if you're a European travel operator like us, it is very difficult to understand the size of American economy.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yes.
It's like these thousands of travel agents, people sitting in their home, in their garage, in their little office, and it's still super classical, very traditional. People send printed brochures to their mailboxes. Can you imagine? And then you can get a booking from there. We get these inquiries a lot from travel agents. I have a customer, they're coming for a wedding in Tuscany in September. There are 48 people. Oh my God. I think this is crazy. Did you know?
So, in Tourpreneur, we get a lot of questions every week on the coaching. How do I get more travel agents? How do I get more travel agents? The company that was mentioned there, Project Expedition, is an OTA with a difference. It deals with travel agents. So if you sign up as a supplier to Project Expedition, you're not getting customers who are booking direct with them. They're booking through thousands of travel agents who are their partners, and then the booking flows to you. So it may take you 6 months, 7 months to get 4 or 5 travel agents working with you. If you go via Project Expedition, you can get exposed to thousands of travel agents very, very quickly. So it's an accelerator to get the access, because it's time consuming trying to contact all the travel agents one by one.
You have to find the very meager ones. And also you have to win their confidence. Because they're sending you their customer, they don't know you, so they have to trust you first. One of the things that these partners give us is confidence and trust. Customer trusts GetYourGuide better. They know they can get their money back, they can cancel, they know even if they know we are the supplier, sometimes it's harder to convince them into a direct booking.
So that the theme that we've had in multiple meetings and recordings today again, this is a theme and it's a fact, the bigger operators tend to have more partners. Therefore, you don't need to be Einstein to figure out what's happening here. And the more partners you've got for your business, it helps your business grow quicker. So if you're a small operator, listen to this, and you're operating probably with GetYourGuide, you need to think wider and deeper than that and expand your partner network, because these people have reach that you will never, ever be able to do direct. I was a good direct marketer when I was an operator. I was pretty good at it, but it was hard, and it's got harder. So the way to circumnavigate that is to expand your partner network from 3 to 5 to 10, 15, and don't stop. Keep going. Small partners, big partners, it doesn't matter. If it's a partner who's sending you business, you've just saved yourself a ton of work.
And also they have partners.
Yes.
For example, Expedia's travel agent buys our tour on Viator. They share the commission. So I don't have to think about Expedia anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, well, both GetYourGuide and Viator distribute the product to literally thousands of B2B partners. So you as an operator, you will see the booking coming from GetYourGuide or coming from Viator. It may not have originated there. It may have originated on one of their partner sites. In fact, the case of Viator, 48% of the time, it originates on another partner site. You never see it as a tour operator, you just see Viator, but that could have been a hotel site, it could have been another
See it
truck.
on their voucher.
Yeah,
You
if on the voucher,
Yeah.
but on the actual booking it comes in. So when you think that through as a small operator, you're never probably going to get past 20, 30, 40 partners. They're actually getting you reach out to thousands of partners that you just wouldn't, even as a medium big operator, you're not going to have time to do that.
Depends on what you want to do. For example, last year we had 160,000 people. It's a lot of customers. The revenue is high, profitability is low. Is this something you want to manage? It's harder. You have to do your settings accordingly. All our team, we have 20 people that works for us, but they're all remote. Most of them are in Italy, some people are in France, there are people in Turkey. They can be anywhere as long as they're able to work in European hours. But this is now settled. We manage our everyday scheduled tours very well. We have a 9 o'clock tour in the Acropolis every day throughout. We know that.
Yep.
We have a 9 o'clock lure tour every day. We know that. And it's full and it's selling. So now for us, what we're trying to do is to get more private, customized bookings,
Higher margin.
higher margin, less people, and 78 emails.
Yep.
You have to write back and forth, back and forth. But there is some value there, especially wine tours. One of our partners is called Wine Drink. Do you know them?
Yeah.
They're wonderful. They're only selling the wine tours. And I think that's wonderful because wine tours in their own specification, people can't drive.
Yeah.
So they need a tour.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And in bigger areas like Tuscany, it's even harder, but it's easier in places like Spain, for example.
So the core mission from Tourpreneur has always been profit, to make small operators more profitable than what they are. So what we're discussing here is a balance. And many who are regular listeners have heard me say this before. If you're a day tour operator and you're operating in general tours that you have a lot of competition in, if you're going to do well, by default, it means you have to do a lot of volume because the margin you're earning doesn't work at 5,000 customers a year. It doesn't even work at 10,000 customers a year. So if you're in that space, you have to change your mindset to start thinking, how am I going to go from 10 to 20 to 30,000 customers and beyond? Because that's what your margins are needed to have a scale business. That's not to say every tourpreneur should do that business model because you can run with, we have members who are running with 300 customers a year and making a lot of money because they've got a product that is not general,
Profitable.
it's unique, and it's high margin
No problem.
in there. So it's not one thing fits all operators, but if you're in the day tour space and you're in the sort of sightseeing, main busy centres where there's high competition, we have to admit this is a bit of a volume game.
Yes. The highest you can sell is around anything above 99 euros is hard. I think no one will pay over 120 unless it's something super special.
Unless it's private.
Private is fine. I mean, joining a scheduled tour with everyone else, 120, like you have 4 people, it's 500 euros. It's a lot of money.
Yep.
So that bracket, anything below 99 is easier. When you start going up that, it's harder.
There's lots of data floating around that shows the minute you go to 3 figures from 2 figures,
Very hard.
the conversion rate drops on day tours significantly.
Customer doesn't see the value in it.
Yeah. So the sort of lesson there for tour operators, and thousands of you are operating at $55, $60, $70. We were with an operator yesterday. I was asking him about price, and he says, we just keep putting our prices up constantly until we find the market pushing back. That's what you need to do. And you have to do it when you're busy. You can't do it when you're slow. You have to do it when you're busy. You have to keep rising your prices till you find the market pushing back on your price. And then you just come off of that a little and you've found the ceiling of your price. Now, it may change in a year's time.
It does.
So you have to then test again, test again. But the days of having a price and just leaving it and maybe thinking about it once a year or whatever, all you're doing is leaving money on the table.
Second person you should hire is a revenue manager.
The reality is people are willing to pay more for a great experience. If you have a great experience with great reviews, people are willing to pay more than you think they're willing to pay. Because tour operators are guilty of this. I was guilty myself when I was operating of thinking, what would I pay? And you're not your customer. People are normally willing to pay more than what you can say. And we've got members that we've seen increase their prices in 30, 40% a year and increase the volume of their bookings on the back of it. Now, obviously, you have to manage this. I'm not saying it's just sweeping across every operator that this works. But honestly, it works more than it doesn't until you find where your market price. And it's not the industry market. Don't look at other competitors. Don't look at them. It's your market price where you find the ceiling. It's not where other people have found their ceiling. Because if you've got X number more reviews than someone else, your ceiling price is going to be different. If you're just starting out and you've got 5 reviews, you're not going to be able to go to the top of the price chain until you're settled and got more reviews and a bigger operation. You can't just do these. You have to work at it to build up.
But you need to be present.
But
it's not enough just to list your product and leave it there. You have to be present and manage every tour on every listing diligently.
And the other reason why this is so important for day operators, 9 times out of 10, you as a day operator could get one chance with that customer. One chance.
Yeah.
And if you've got multiple destinations, multiple cities, you may get another chance, but it'll be a smaller percentage. But for most of you running one destination, you're only ever seeing that customer once.
Each customer is hard.
If that's the case, it's your duty to get as much money out the customer as you can, because you're only ever going to see them once. Very different in multi-day when you get a rebooking, 2 bookings, 3 bookings, 4 booking, lifetime value of the customer. In day tours with one destination, you don't have a lifetime value of the customer. You have the booking value of the customer. Therefore, you have to maximize the price and the margin on that booking. And I know for a lot of our members, that's quite hard. They feel the product's not worth a certain price.
But we tested. For example, what we do for next year, 2026, we have our calendar, but more or less we know the seasonality of the business. And we set it January, February, March is generally for Europe, the lowest. And then we put another schedule. So our seasonality is like this: low, high, super high, high, low. That's how it goes in the year. And there's someone in the office that's his job to check if a tour is always full, for example, then he increases it 5 euros.
Change the price. Yeah.
If it's still 4, 5. If it's not, but you have to be diligently, because dynamic pricing is not in our industry yet, not like flights.
Yeah.
So it cannot tell. Hopefully one day we'll have it, like looking at the data with demand and season and availability, it can tell us this is the best price. It's not there yet, so you have to do it yourself.
Yeah. So back to the original point where we were saying the owner of the business has to be out of the business. If you're small and it's just a one-person business running this, your biggest opportunity to increase your profit is your pricing, but someone has to be on that on a daily basis to manage it, because if you see the opportunity, we all know when the opportunity went crazy. Coming out of COVID, it went insane. I doubled all my prices and I still got booked out every day. And yes, it's come off a bit, but there's still an opportunity every single day to maximize price, not always up the way. If you're quiet and slow, you can take the price down to increase the booking number.
And you can still keep your rankings.
And still keep,
So there's demand for your tours still in low season.
And when you stick all of this stuff on a spreadsheet, folks, and do the calculation, this extra margin you can make by doing this, then you look at how many more customers you would need to sell to make the same money. I guarantee you, every single one of you will be surprised. And then you'll suddenly become very interested in doing this.
We have rate sheets and profit sheets. We know how much we sell this tour direct or any other OTA, the commissions you pay. Then we base it, for example, generally on 4 people break even. Because our tours are small. We do 14 to 16 maximum. If we are break even by 4 people, then it's a profitable tour throughout the year. Because we don't stop in the winter. Sometimes we do 2 people, 4 people, 5 people, then 16 people in July. But it changes. So we calculate it very, very diligently. Are we still making money?
Yep. And do you calculate the cost of acquiring a booking?
We do. This is included because otherwise we have a financial manager. And one of the things we do, I think is very useful that everyone should do. November comes, season finishes, you have bulk money in the bank. That's how you're going to live throughout the winter. You still pay your people, you pay yourself. Probably your guide expenses are less, your ticket expenses are less, but April will come. When April comes, you have to sponsor that jump.
Yep.
And because most of the places that we operate are big museums and sites, we're buying them 2-3 months in advance.
Cash flow.
Cash flow, and the OTAs pay us 1 month later.
Yeah.
So that jump from February to May is the hardest.
Yeah.
It's very hard to sponsor, and you have to manage it so well.
Bookings are all coming in, but the cash is all going out. Yeah, booking coming this way, cash going out.
Exactly. And you see the opportunity. For example, in Athens at the Acropolis, we have 700 people every day. If I have the money, we can sell 3,000.
Yeah.
But we don't have that much money. So again, you have to manage this growth so well that you don't go bankrupt.
Yes. And it's not lack of profitability, it's lack of cash flow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, this is something for the listeners, and don't get worried about this. Is if you scale up, it's just something you have to manage. Multi-day operators are well used to this because cash flow in a multi-day business is hard because you're delivering up front before, if you're running it perfectly to the regulations in Europe, you're not touching the money till after the trip. So cash flow management when you scale as a tour operator, it sounds one of those accountancy things. It's actually, in my opinion, more important than profitability because you don't go out of business for not being profitable. You can fix that. You can go out of business by not managing your cash flow. It doesn't matter how big you are.
No, it doesn't come. In November, after November, there is no money coming in. And you have to, what's the word, portion it. You know, there's not like, how much can I spend now that I have this much money in November until maybe May.
And that cash flow challenge can affect a small operator and it can affect a big operator.
And then it sets your percentage. This is how much we can grow this year.
Talk to me about technology. You've had a lot of growth. You're dealing with a lot of clients every year, which means a lot of guides, which means a lot of operations. What technology, you mentioned Fair Harbour earlier, what technology helps you manage that size of business?
Oh, definitely without a reservation engine like Fair Harbour, you can't do it, number one. Second, we use something called Trengo. I'm very happy with Trengo. All our customer inquiries go there from multiple channels. Email, telephone, website, WhatsApp, SMS. We have 4 people. They sit down and they answer like a call center. All the customer operations. That's crucial.
So all the inquiries are coming in multiple ways, but ending up into one platform.
Exactly.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's very good. It's very useful. And we can tag people. For example, they can tag operations and ask a question. Someone, can we do this? Someone's asking this. And so that also manages the communication between operations and customer happiness. So that's very good.
So the lessons for those listening on this one, because I used to do this when I was an operator, I used a platform called Messaging Bird, but it's now just called Bird, is a lot of smaller operators try to restrict the customer communicating with them unless it's by a means that the small operator wants, like you only give them your email or you only give them your phone number. If you want to grow your business, it's a bit like having more partners. You do not understand the customer because you've never spoke to them in your life. They communicate in different ways. Some customers only communicate by WhatsApp. Some customers only communicate by email. Some only communicate by phone. Some only communicate Facebook Messenger. And it goes on and on. So if there's all of these communication routes and you're not physically giving the customer the opportunity to do that, you are missing bookings because a lot of these people will just go to the next person that allows them to communicate. The downside is if you open all of that up, suddenly you've got 4, 5, 7 different platforms giving you messages. all the time. So there's a piece of software, there's multiple different ones like you mentioned, that will pull them from all the platforms and give you one interface where you can just communicate with a customer. And as you start to scale, I would say that's essential, because otherwise you just drown in complexity of the noise coming in. And it's the speed of conversion. We all know the number one thing is, from an inquiry point of view, to get back as quickly as possible gets you the booking.
Quickly.
But if you haven't got that structure and that organisation like you have,
2 days to respond.
nobody's waiting. And the owner, I see it all the time when I'm out with guides and owners, they're answering their phone all the time, they're on WhatsApp all the time. You need a system thought through.
You don't have to do it yourself.
Yeah, you have to get a system with it thought through. There's nothing I've found that increases bookings quicker for any operator than the speed of reply to the inquiry. It's the number one thing.
In the way that the customer wants.
In the way. Because if you go back, and we see it all the time, or it comes by WhatsApp, I ask them to go onto email, or I ask them. Do not ask them. Reply to them in the means that they prefer, because they're comfortable.
I agree.
And you can't dictate where someone's comfortable and where they're not. And that speed of reply is the number one thing that will increase your bookings.
Correct.
Number one. More than pricing, more than quality, more than everything. It's speed of reply. Because humans...
You're present, and it also increases confidence.
Humans don't have patience anymore. They're so used, they've been trained by this social media stuff to get instant dopamine hits. So the brain has been rewired for instant replies, which makes our life a nightmare, but it means you have to deal with it and you have to do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
What
Where are you going in the future?
One more thing. I think people will find useful. We use Trello.
Trello
is very, very useful. We have operation teams in every city. They communicate between themselves and other operations team and customer team and management. We have accounting, financial, whatever. All of this is going through Trello.
So that's an internal management.
Oh, it's wonderful. Everything, every task is written there. So we can follow up historically as well. Sometimes because we forget why we gave it this. What happened? What were we thinking? We were just go there and look, that's why it's happened, because it's impossible to remember. So Trello is very good. But of course, we are Google Workspace. Wonderful. ChatGPT, everyone is using it.
Wow.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Because there's a word going around that you ask people, you use it. Oh, everybody says they're using it. But then when I ask them, are you using it daily?
Of course.
9 out of 10 people are telling me they're not. So you are unusual.
All our true descriptions, all our review responses, customer responses, my emails, anything we need to write, anything,
And
we write it from.
excellent.
I also ask, for example, somebody asked me, can we do this? I ask ChatGPT. I have this question, what do you think? And it learns.
Yes.
Oh my God, it learns.
It learns your style, it learns your tone, it learns...
I love you. Yes.
It becomes a mini you over a period of weeks and months as you tell it.
And we have a very personal relationship with my ChatGPT.
So
it's wonderful. Don't be afraid of using it. It's not going to take you over. It's very clever. And
for the listeners listening on this, the only way to really learn this stuff is by using it.
Oh, definitely.
You have to dedicate so much time every day to it.
Don't write a response anymore. Put the customer review into ChatGPT, and it's going to give you a very professional response you can use. And just you copy paste. It will take you 2 minutes.
So to finish this off then, talk about the future. What's the plan for Walks in Europe going forward? You've obviously done very well to get to where you are now.
Thank you.
But most people don't want to stay where they are. Most people are always looking to the future. So what's the plan for the future for Walks in Europe?
For scheduled tours, I think this is how much we're going to do.
Okay.
Around 200,000 people a year.
Yeah.
Turkey, Greece, Italy, France, and now Spain. I moved to Spain just for this purpose. We'll do some. I want to move out a bit from this very compact space of museum tickets. It's very hard to manage it. To do more private, more customized, direct with the customer, wine tours, experiences with different themes, needs more effort from our side, but it's more profitable.
Yeah, so we've been hearing this theme a lot from people we're speaking to here. Virtually everybody we're speaking to who's scaled their business to a good business is moving into more personalized, higher margin
Because we're
tours.
saturated now.
Yeah. And the other reason we're getting feedback is because the customers are asking for it.
Yes.
They're asking,
What
okay,
can I do in Venice anymore? I'm done.
can you do it this way? Can you do it that way? Yes, we can if you pay this.
Yes. Very correct. Very correct. Yes.
So I look at it as a completely different business. And if you're still a small operator, listen to this. I'm not saying you should jump straight into this. You have to be really good at your core business first. But there is no doubt about it. Private tours are growing like a train, and people are willing to invest the money in these unique experiences tailored.
And don't be afraid of working with people who are remote. You don't have to be based in Italy, Spain, everywhere. You have someone who's working at home but knows the area is enough.
And if you've last bit of advice for the listeners, let's give an example. A small operator in Europe who's doing 500k a year, walking to the guide is the owner mainly. Just give them some advice. If they want to grow, if they want to get past that $1 million to a couple of $1 million, what should they do?
Distribute and open it up. You have to work through many channels. You have to have many baskets for your eggs. Work with people. Don't be afraid of OTAs. Of course, they take their commission because you cannot do what they do. Open up and you need more sales channels and you need more organization. But also, you need to decide what you want. For example, our business, we don't do accommodation. We don't sell private whatever, jet tickets. We are not luxury. We are positioned in a place where it's efficient. People find our tours comfortable, but we are not luxury. So you need to find yourself where you're comfortable operating. And then once you sit there and you have confidence in your product, then open all the sales channels. Who wants to buy what you are, where you are?
So there's the main message, listeners. Open up more sales channels, more partners, more distribution. What does that mean? It means more customers, and done correctly, it means you will make more profit. And our aim is to make it all more profitable. Thanks very much.
See you better next year.
Thank you.